We have Robert Adler from Ernie Smokehouse and Barbecue. And good to see you again.
Good morning.
So shashlik, that's what we're making? Okay, what is this exactly? It looks like a lot like what we would call your typical
kebabs.
Kebabs, thank you. Yeah.
Exactly. Shashlik actually refers to kebabs in the Caucasus region or Central Asia.
Okay.
And they use any variety of different meats. And sometimes if you ask, what are we eating, they'll just say meat.
Meat.
And
yeah.
you got to kind of guess what's going on from there.
So what'd you do with it?
Well, number one, this marinade is an interesting marinade. It's got a little bit of tang, a little bit of sweet to it, some red wine, some red wine vinegar, some cilantro, a lot of onion, a lot of garlic. Always got to have a lot of garlic. You marinate that for about 24 hours or so. The longer, the better. Now, when you're choosing your kebab meat, you want to choose something that's going to be a little bit firm on the grill, so it's going to hold up. But with that firm, that's why you have to marinate it to help get that flavor in there and also break down those fibers when you're cooking it.
If you walk into a store, what are you picking for this, as far as this cut of meat?
Any sort of a roast meat, like a top round, a bottom round, something like that. That you can cut into nice 2x2 cubes or so.
Yeah.
Chicken, beef, whatever you like.
And you put the marinade on there, you hit it on the grill, and then you said you keep some of the extra marinade. What do you have up here?
This is the shashlik marinade, actually, and whereas when we're marinating it, it's going to be in more of a raw form.
Sure.
Chopped onion, chopped garlic, etc. Yeah. We'll just go ahead and puree that. Sometimes I like to spoon a little bit of that onto my sandwich after.
Awesome. Can we try a little bit of this?
Absolutely.
It smells so good in here.
Now,
I think it'd be only fitting to give it. Now, Christine invited me over to her interview, and I got to try some food earlier this week. Can we invite her in here as well? No. Christine, come on over.
She's smiling. I think
come
we can
on
bring her
over.
in.
She's been so nice to me all week.
I mean, I don't really have to come over.
Now, a couple things you'll notice when you're making kebabs, it's always a good idea to leave a little bit of space between them.
Okay, what's that do?
Well, number one, if this were tied together, what's going to happen on the inside? I'm not going to get a little bit of browning in there. The other thing is also a mistake a lot of people make is they'll do like vegetables, meat, vegetables, meat.
Yeah, I actually am guilty of that.
You say mistake?
It is a mistake.
Why?
Well, think about it. If I've got my raw chicken on here and then my mushrooms are cooking pretty quickly.
Right.
My chicken's not. I don't want to run the risk of undercooking that chicken.
Sure. Yeah,
and now I've got contaminated vegetables.
So you did a couscous. You know what? Is that just because that's traditional where this dish, the meat kind of originates from? Why did you choose couscous with this?
It's just a good side dish. This is actually Israeli couscous.
All right.
And as you'll notice, it's a larger grain than a regular couscous. When it cooks up, it's going to plump up a little bit nicer.
Very
so when you're eating that, it gives you a little bit more satisfaction. The dressing is actually a combination of olives. I have smoked and regular sun-dried tomatoes, a lot of garlic, some cilantro, some mint.
Love it. Wow.
And you just chop that all together.
Well, ladies first. Let's let Christine go ahead there.
First, so
we'll let her hop in.
Look at that.
And then let's get you a spoon for
my couscous. Oh no, I almost didn't.
I'll tell you what, I'm excited to try. And you and I love too, by the way, for those of you at home, and I do this all the time when I just make any kind of kebab. I love the pita goes such a long way as a nice little side item for that as well. I absolutely love that you plated that up with it. You guys do it right. I'll tell you what, no doubt about it.
That couscous is delicious.
All right, let's give it a whirl here.
Couscous incredibly easy to make. The Israeli, you just stir fry it for a couple of minutes, add in some, in this case, chicken broth, a little bit more spice. In this case, I've got some Israeli spice, but you can put in whatever you like. Makes a great side dish. Let that cool down to room temperature. Then you mix in whatever you want in that. I mean, you could keep it as simple as a balsamic vinaigrette. And it makes a great side dish for any meal.
Thank you so much for coming in. Always a pleasure. Always a pleasure. And you're going to have your son on WBTV News Saturday morning tomorrow?
Elliot's going to be on tomorrow morning doing a kids segment, and it's got some neat things because we want to get your kids cooking along with you.
Yes, indeed.
Absolutely.
Tune in tomorrow morning. Right now, though, we got to get over to Al Conklin, send about a look at your first alert weather. Al?